Hi, this is Dave with DRH Acrylic Creations. Today's pillow paint is Glitten Essentials in Eggshell, and our pouring medium is Vaspar Ultra and Varathane Polyurethane Triple Thick in a 3-to-1 ratio. Our colors are listed here, and the cell activators, I have 3 of them today, is Carbon Black, Titanium White, and Copper Penny. Pillow paint is going down. It's Glitten Essentials. Spinning it to spread the paint out just a little bit and try to get it out to the edges as close as I can. I use a low sheen paint for this, and the main reason for that is the lower sheens don't have as many bubbles. And bubbles are not our friends when you're working with this, because they do come to the surface, and if it does from your pillow paint, it creates freckles, little white dots all over your painting, and unless that's what you're looking for, it's really hard to get rid of. So going on, I think our first color is Quinacridone Magenta, and that's a golden paint. Now you notice I put quite a bit down, and this is a lesson learned from several of my last paintings. Okay, our next paint going down, this is Southern Ocean Blue, and this is a Matisse color. If I don't put enough color down, what happens is it's hard to get those 2 split tones out to the edges. This time I think I finally got the amount correct. Okay, the next one going down is Blue Velvet. This is a Color Art Prism paint. Beautiful color, and you can't see it this closely until we get down close, but this has so much added sparkle. So it's all about the sparkle. Our next paint is Aztec Gold, and this is an Arteza paint. I'm doing quite a bit of this down because I really want that color to shine through. Kind of goes both with the blue side and the red side, so it's a great color. Next color up is Comet. This is a TLP, or this little pigment color that is a red shift. So it looks white going down, but in reality, when it comes when you see it in the right light, it has a red quality to it. Very shimmery. Next is Dizo Purple, and it's the dioxazine purple is a tube paint. And this is by Liquitex. I don't know what it is about this and blues and the magenta. It just works. I'm popping some bubbles. A lot of time, if you don't let your paints sit for a while before you use them, you'll get lots and lots of bubbles. And like I said before, bubbles are not our friend. But at least with these bubbles, if that happens, it's more a texture issue across the paint. Okay, I'm loading up the back of my tool. Starting with the titanium white. This is my cell activators, and then next up is the carbon black, and last on this is going to be Copper Penny. Copper Penny is a Corage Posse paint, and it's the first time I tried to use it as a cell activator, but it works beautifully. All of these cell activators are mixed with Australian Floetrol as a ratio of 1 part paint to 3 parts Floetrol. Just looking at these cells popping up. Okay, I'm going to do some modifications here. Take you down close. Just to give some interest and to draw some of the paints together. These swirl patterns tend to really work for me. It also helps with the composition, so it gives you some interest points that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Okay, it's time to stretch this out. I'm going to speed this up quite a bit because this process takes time. And I know you value your time, so I won't bore you with the slow parts and speed it up just a little bit so we can get to the final product. What I'm looking to do with this when I stretch it out is to work with the composition to see how my flow is working for me and get the look I'm looking for and stretch out the pattern in the paint. And I'm really loving that middle part. See it more later. The comet just worked beautifully in there. I'm not so much worried about the sides yet, because when I spin this, the paint will flow over the sides. Just by stretching, my cells have opened up. Some of them got quite large, but that's okay. It's the general overall look that I liked. Cleaning up my area a little bit. I'm going to come back in just a few seconds and start to clean up the paint that is on the spinning board so that it doesn't end up all over me. I considered, you saw me just considering to put a little more blue down. Decided to just go ahead and spin it. You can see that I got quite a bit of paint all over the place, and I really should have gotten rid of some of the paint before I spun it the first time. So I'm going to use my finger to get to it. If you have any questions about what I do, please leave those questions down in the comments. I do answer all questions. And if you have something you'd like me to cover in the future, something you'd like me to show or explain, I'd be more than happy to try to get a video together for that. Okay, now I'm doing what I should have done before I spun it the first time. But it's no problem. My floor, as you can see behind me, is covered with a tarp. And I try to take every precaution to make sure that I don't do too much damage. I'm taking out a goober that's in there. Goober, it was just a bit of paint that was, it was a goober. And I'm popping a few more bubbles. I think I'm getting to the point where we may be. Spin it out. Open that up. Boy, I can't wait for you to see the flyover on this. It's pretty amazing at this point. And I think at that, we're getting pretty close to be able to do a flyover. Yeah, look at the details on that. I really think this one is just great. If you could give me a like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications of future videos. I do try to put out 3 videos per week, and I'd love it if you could come along for that journey. I really appreciate you being here today. And I certainly hope that you got something that you found useful. And I want to thank you very much for being here. See you next time. Bye now.